This exercise is to show to you how to create a lookup, how to use a lookup in Informatica Power Center. To show this example, we'll use this target, which has a country ID, country name, and the region name. And region name, we have to get the value which is not directly coming from one source. So our source in this example is countries table, which has country ID and country name, and the region ID, which will be mapped to the regions table and get the region name using a lookup. So let's see how we create a lookup transformation in Power Center. To do that, first I will create a mapping called mLKP, and this mapping LKP, I will say this is connected and this is cached. So now this particular mapping, there is a reason to call it connected and cached, because there are different type of lookup. There is connected, unconnected, connected cached, connected uncached, connected then there is a dynamic cached. So this particular example is of connected cached lookup. To first develop a mapping, I will create my source definition, which is from countries. As soon as I pull my source definition, it will also create a source qualifier. It's important to note that source qualifier is always attached to a RDBMS source or a flat file source. If I have a COBOL source, I will not have a source qualifier, I will have a normalizer. Now I will drag my target as well, and target, I'm dragging from target and putting in my mapping development designer. I have 3 columns here: country ID, country name, and region name. Region name, I have to derive it from regions table using region ID. Now there's some basic standard. I will create some transformation which is not required, but it's recommended from the maintenance point of view. So I will create a transformation called expression transformation, and I will call it EXP, and this is my default expression transformation which I generally create before the target definition. I just misspelled it, so I will make it right. So now this transformation, I will drag all my target columns and put it here and drag it in my expression and change the input output so that I can map to my target, and I map this to my target. Now only thing I have to worry about is getting the value till the expression. I know that country ID and country name I can get it directly, there is no derivation required. For region name, I cannot use direct, I have to derive using regions table as a lookup. So first I create a transformation called lookup transformation, and I call it LKP region. Now there is different way of creating the lookup transformation. Either I can select from the source definition if I have one, or target definition if there is one, or I can also import from the database or a flat file directly. Now I know that I have a definition in source definition, regions in source definition. I'll go and select and say create. So I think I got the wrong one, so I delete this and I create the lookup transformation again, and I give a lookup regions, and I select from the source definition regions. I say okay, done. Now only thing I need to pass is region ID and join with the region ID from the lookup itself. Just for better readability, I will make it regions coming from countries, and now I go to condition and I map it to region ID of the table. In properties, you have a lot of options here. One thing I will change here is hr.regions, so that it has a schema name. I have checked the box called cache enabled. That means Informatica will build the cache at runtime, and I have not checked the box cache persistent. So that means Informatica will every time will recreate the cache when it runs. And there is one more important property is match policy. In this case I have selected use any value, but there are other 3 values which we can use. First, last, error report we can use. In Informatica 9 there is one more value, all, return all, which is not here. In that we will see how to get that, but right now we will use any value. I say okay, and then drag the region name and map it to the region name. Now arrange the mapping. This is how the mapping will look. I will iconic, and this is how the mapping will look, and this you can create the workflow and session and run this mapping using your lookup transformation. So this specific example is connected cached lookup.